Hey, so how to buy products in China economically and efficiently so you can then sell them on online marketplaces at great profits and hopefully create a profitable business. In this video, we're gonna discuss it and we're gonna have a session of questions and answers that will allow you, the viewer, to actually purchase products in China, manufacture good products that will be valuable for your customers. So again, you can build a profitable, successful online business. Today with me, Jane from Chinese Tiger. And guys help people in China with manufacturing products. They can be your sourcing agent. They can help you with product inspections. They can help you with shipping your products from China to different parts of the world. Basically, they're like an all-in-one solution for all your needs connected to getting products in China and delivering them to different places with high quality. Yeah, I have their contacts in the description, the website. Also, I might have like the Instagram or some other social media, plus a special offer for the viewers of this video. Also, going to be timestamps for each question. So it's going to be hopefully comfortable for our viewers. So Jen, can you please introduce yourself? And yeah, welcome. Good to see you here.
Yes, of course. Hello. Thank you for having me today. My name is Jane. I'm Ukrainian, and in Ukrainian it's Yevgenia, which is very difficult for you. So just simply Jane. I am the CEO of Chinese Tiger, the owner of Chinese Tiger. And as Vova already mentioned, we help businessmen to order from China. And it's not just orders from China. We can also create a product in China. We can help you to analyze different factories and find the factory and not just a middleman. We speak Chinese. It's the most important benefit of our company because all my team, they speak Chinese, and also we have 2 Chinese in China who can help you to inspect your products. They can help you to find something we can't find on the Chinese platforms, for example. They can get your sample and go to some Chinese markets or something like this. So we can do everything connected with China. We can order in bulk in Turkey. It can be like a Turkey order, so we can help you with everything. And also you can receive different options, different services from us, like just inspection or just analyzing factories and sending contacts to you, or different things from analyzing factories to receiving your goods in your country. That's
pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna have again your contacts in the description for those who wanna see like your website and to kind of get more familiar with your services, with a nice bonus and description that's gonna be kind of explained there. So yeah, good to have you here today with us. And yeah, let's see these questions and see how we can answer them and discuss things. And hopefully the viewers after watching this video will actually be able to do that on their own if they want, or if they need more help, they can use your services and they'll just be able to understand better how to work with China. Because myself as an Amazon seller, I've been doing that for about 7 years, and yeah, it is possible, and it's nice in my opinion, and there is profit to make. So basically, let's start with the first question. So basically, the first one: how to prepare for working with the Chinese side? Like, what do we need before we start working with China? Like, what do we need to know? What do we need to prepare?
Okay, first of all, you should be patient. But okay, it's a joke. But first of all, you should know which product you want to buy from China, because a lot of times, like a lot of clients, they just come and tell me, Jane, I want to sell on Amazon. Okay, I also want to sell on Amazon. But before you should choose your product, you should make a research with Helium, with Jungle Scout, so on. And you should know which product you want to sell, which color, which size, what do you want to add, or what can you do to, for example, to lower the price. Maybe you can change the material, or you can add some additional products to make this product better. So you should know which product you want to sell, and then you can start cooperation with China. Secondly, to be more accurate, you should also create a PDF file with all the information. For example, the name of your product with all the information, like it's a metal thing with additional wooden stick or something. Then you have the picture of your product. Then you can have the drawing of your photo of your product with all the sizes, with colors in Pantone, for example. So in this PDF file, you should add everything. Then you can have a drawing or just a picture of your box, because your box should be with your logo, with your design, so on and so forth. Then it's also a good idea to mention your rights, because if you created something new or added something new which doesn't exist on Amazon, it's better to tell Chinese that it's my product, and it's better not to share this file with other sellers, and also it's better to not to sell the same product in China. And of course, if you don't have the patent in China, it probably will not work for Chinese side, but it's better to do. Yeah, so to summarize, you should know your product, you should know how you can change this product and how can you lower the price. Maybe you can change the material, or you can change, for example, the thickness of your carton in your box, because your box can cost more than your product. Sometimes it happens. So yeah.
So basically you're saying to come prepared, to know exactly sort of what we want, what kind of product we want to produce. So it's going to be easier for the Chinese side to get our order, and they won't have too many questions maybe for us, because we've done a good job for kind of answering the questions for them in a way. So we come prepared.
And also one more thing, you should know the price, because, for example, one supplier can give you $5 and you will be like, okay, $5, I can sell it for $5. But it's better to find a lot of suppliers, a lot of factories, and send this file to all of them, maybe choose some of them, not to all of them, and just to check their prices and to compare their prices, because it can be different, and you should ask them why your price is lower, for example, and then you can get what is wrong or how you can change your product, for example, and also you can choose the factory you want to work with.
Yeah, right. And I guess we also got to know, before we decide what is a good price for us, we got to sort of understand what is a good price for us by, for example, if it's Amazon, we have to check the Amazon fees.
Revenue calculator.
Yeah, exactly. There's revenue calculator by Helium 10, for example, or other programs, Jungle Scout, or there are many actually that have this kind of built into this calculator. So you can even use the basic one by Amazon itself. But usually with the ones like by Helium and Jungle Scout, they have more built-in features that will allow you to get even more precise with the margins that you make. So based on that, you can see, like, for example, Go price for me is $2. Like if I get to $2 with the manufacturers, I'm good to go, So you got to know that, though. You got to know, is it 2 or 4? So you can use such calculators to calculate, and then you come, and of course you can, as you mentioned, contact different suppliers and get quotes for them and all that. So yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, so that leads to the next question then: how to behave with the Chinese manufacturers, suppliers, so that they can be the best suppliers for us. So how to communicate, what questions to ask, like how to supervise, what not to do.
So be patient.
There you go.
Yeah, because with Chinese, it's like the most important thing to be just patient. Chinese business really differs from the American style of doing business, Ukrainian, and so on and so forth. First of all, you should be their friend. It's better not to be a boss for Chinese supplier, and not to, for example, to scream at them or to share that you are really angry and like say some bad words or something like this. It's better to be a friend. And when you start communication with Chinese side, it's better to say like, hello, I'm John, and it's my family, for example, send some pictures, and I have a business on Amazon. And it's, of course, it's very important to tell that you are really reliable and you have a big business and you have a lot of money and you will make a lot of orders and so on and so forth. But first of all, you should be a friend. You should share some emotions and share some pictures of you. And then Chinese supplier can give you better prices, and also they can give you better services. For example, if they do something they charge you for something, they charge another sellers for something, for example, for printing barcodes or something like this, then they can do it for you for free. for example, if you are really a good friend. Secondly, you should have, like, it's a really secret and it's an important information now, but you should blame someone else. For example, you can say, it's really good and it's really nice to work with you and I like cooperation with you. You are a perfect supplier, but my partner really angry at something you done, for example, or something you did, or for example, my partner doesn't agree with this price, or we should change this, we should change that, and you should blame someone else, so you will stay the best partner for him. But you also can solve some problems by using blaming your partner. For example, we as a company, sometimes we blame our clients. Like we say, you're really the best and you did everything almost okay, but client is not satisfied, so please change this and change that. And the client, he doesn't like the price and conditions or something. So yeah, with Chinese, you can solve everything. Like, they are really, it's the biggest factory of the world, so they can do everything. You just should find a good way to reach out to them, like to be a friend, or for example, to tell that you have a lot of connections in China. For example, you have friends and they can come to their factory and check something. And you can say, for example, we have a lot of clients. Yesterday, we did an inspection of 3 factories. We just representatives of the client. We come to the factory, we are discussing our client with this factory, we check conditions of production line, and we are just communicating. And then they know that this client is really important and this client will give you a lot of money, a lot of profit, so on and so on and so on.
Okay, I understand. And also, what is kind of connect, which is part of this question, so basically how to supervise, like how do we know they're doing the right thing? Like, should we, let's say we started production, can we message them? Is it going to be on time? Should we like just say things like straight what, you know what I mean, like as we think, or in this case, like how do we supervise
yes. Like when you work with Chinese, it's better to ask them a lot of times. For example, one question, they can a lot of times it can happen to you that they just don't respond, for example, to your question, because they don't know what to say, or for example, they should ask someone and they just forget about doing this. So ask a lot of times. And also, if you have something important, for example, they should make a button like in different color or something like this, just tell them, mention it a lot of times, like, please do this button in green, please do this button in green. It will not offend them, but you will have a button in green. So yeah, it's better to mention things a lot of times for Chinese, and also ask a lot of times for something.
Okay, fair enough. And how to save money when we order from China? For example, if we're ordering like samples from different factories, and how to check prices on maybe different platforms, like how do we save money when we do that order? We want to save money, like to have a good order, like basically at a good price. How should we approach that, do you think?
So as I mentioned before, you should be a friend, then you can get better prices. Secondly, if, for example, you have your product and you want to add a lot of additional products, for example, you want to create another box, you want to add something additional, you can try to check these products in the factories which produce this product, because your supplier also will buy these products from different factories, and he also will have some profit from buying these things and selling them to you. So it's better to order these products from different factories. For example, if you order something metal and you also need to add something wooden, it's better to order it from the wooden factory, the factory which produce wooden things. So yep. Also regarding the box, it's better to order boxes from the factory of boxes. Yep. Thirdly, how you can save money? You can also you can ship to Amazon in 2 different ways. For example, for the first order, you order 300 pieces, and you can ship 100 pieces by air and ship 200 pieces by sea. And that's how you can save some money and start promoting your listing and start promoting your product, because you already have these 100 pieces. And then when you get these 200 pieces, you are already done, you are prepared, and you can order more. You can plan your next bulk, for example.
And what about like different Chinese platforms? Should we check prices on like maybe Alibaba or some other ones? Or maybe we should consult like sourcing agents, basically people who help us? How should we approach that, I think?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, we speak Chinese, and that's how our clients get better prices. And secondly, you can use different platforms. We have Alibaba and we have 1688, two of the most famous platforms. Alibaba is in English and 1688 is in Chinese. Alibaba is a platform for English-speaking customers, and also they have managers in who speak English, but prices on Alibaba also higher, and these Chinese suppliers, normally they are middlemen, it's not factories. 1688 is a platform in Chinese, and also it has a really difficult and interesting interface, because Chinese, they like to add a lot of colors, a lot of animals, and a lot of, this Chinese signs and things like this. It's a little bit difficult to use this platform, and also everything is in Chinese. But to check the price, you can also use 1688, because prices are lower there. And also when we connect the supplier to make an order, to discuss this order, they also can give you even lower price when you just, start to cooperate and start to some relationships with them.
Jane, also regarding samples. So basically, I know that and saving money. So basically, since we're as e-commerce sellers, sometimes, actually all the time, if we're doing a new product, we need samples. So you can save money on that, right? There's like a process that can help us save money on samples. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yes, samples. First of all, samples are really important, because why should you order this sample? First of all, because you can check the material, you can check the quality of this product. For example, it happened to us a lot of times. We ordered samples from 3 factories, and samples were like, they were just different products, and it's supposed to be just one product, because they used different materials, they used different boxes, one of them added instructions, another one didn't, so it's better to check the quality. Secondly, you also should check the printing of your logo by ordering sample. And thirdly, you should also order a sample to take pictures for your product, to film some videos, so to start promoting your product on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, before having this product in America, Canada, so on. So yeah, how you can save money. First of all, Chinese suppliers, when you are talking about, when you're discussing the sample with them, you should ask them if they will refund this money in the future. For example, if you make an order in this with this supplier, he should give you this money back. He should calculate this price in the price of the bulk. So yeah, and if you, for example, order a lot of samples from different factories, of course, they cannot refund you this price if you don't order with them. Also, you can save some money by not sending this sample to your country. For example, you can use such a company as us. So we can inspect your product in China. We can also take pictures of your product in China. So you save time, and also you save money, because you just don't pay for the delivery, and you don't waste your time.
So like, let's say we found like 5 good factories, and we believe that we want to work with them. We get 5 samples. We send them to your people. Your people can visually like show us what's going on, what's the best sample.
Yes, they can take a lot of pictures. They film a lot of videos. They also describe this product to me, because they don't speak English. Like one of them, he speaks English, but not really good. So he describes this product to me, and then you and me, we are discussing this product, and you just decide what you want to do with all of these factories.
Yeah, pretty cool. So we're going to have your contacts in the description in case people want to maybe use this specific service, if they're in the kind of level when they're checking for samples and they want to save money? Because I know that if you, let's say you get 5 samples, and if you ship each one of them home to your country, it's going to be like a lot of money for each shipment. And I don't know if you have such service that sometimes, because sometimes people still want to kind of play with these samples and see them, that maybe you can we send the samples to you, like, and then you can make one box of all the samples and send it to us? Do you do that as well, Jane?
Yes. It's something we normally do when we have a client, and we gather all of these samples in our warehouse, and then we just send it in one parcel, and of course it's cheaper. And also we have our Chinese logistic company. They just give better prices than, for example, Ukrainian logistic companies or American, Canadian, so on.
All right, perfect. I think we kind of covered samples really well. The next thing I want to ask you is, like, what are molds? Okay, and why are they so expensive? What's a mold? Can you explain to us? And yeah, it's kind of expensive usually. What is that, and what's this all about?
Mold is a form of your product. When you, for example, you created a new product, it's something absolutely new, or for example, it's a product you change. You took one product and changed the button, you changed everything, but this product already exists. Chinese suppliers will offer you to make a mold, and they should produce this mold, because without it they can't just produce your product. Normally it's expensive because Chinese also they spend a lot of energy, a lot of money, and also they turn on this machine to make just one thing for you. So that's why this mold is expensive. But if you, for example, research the market and you know that your product will be really this mold will just pay you off in 1 month. So yeah, but at the beginning you should pay a lot for this mold, but then you can use it for a lot of years.
All right, so basically that's like a specific design. Let's say the product is like kitchen scissors, and we, by doing market research, understood that people need a little addition to the scissors that specifically cuts, I don't know, fish or something, something like this. And we can incorporate that into the scissors, which was not there before, but it's something that's still kind of looks like it's still the same scissors technically, but there is some addition. So then we consult, I guess, with the Chinese supplier and ask them if they can do something like this for us, right? But then who does the mold? Like, do we need to hire an engineer, or is this like how complicated it is? You know what I mean? Like,
to create the design of your product, of course, you should have an engineer, and we have such a company we cooperate with. Yeah, they make a lot of designs and engineer a lot of projects, and then they get to us, and we help them to find a supplier in China. So first of all, yeah, you should have this drawing, you should have this project, and then we are searching for the factory in China, and they can produce this mold. Normally, I think it's like a plastic mold or something like this. Yeah, for different products, it's different.
I understand what you mean.
And then Chinese suppliers, Chinese factories, they use this mold to set their machines to produce your product.
Interesting. Like, I know it probably differs between product to product, but we're looking at like a few $1,000s at least, I believe, right, to create something like that, right?
Yeah, normally, like, we had a lot of products. We already made a lot of molds, and normally it's differ from $2,000 to $5,000-$6,000.
Okay, so that's still affordable, I guess. Like, yeah, and then we have a different product, like, or at least a product that's, yeah, it's new, I guess, right? A mold is probably something new to the market, or a twist, at least, let's say, to a current product. Okay, cool. All right, so Jen, would like to ask you the next question about suppliers. We kind of briefly touched on it, but like, where to look for suppliers? What is like the difference between Alibaba and Chinese 1688 website? That's Chinese kind of version of Alibaba, I guess, or something. Can you tell us, please?
Alibaba is a platform for English-speaking users, and there you will find a lot of managers, and they also speak English. Not really good English, I think. Like, I tried a lot of times. I was testing them for prices and how they communicate in English and which prices they give me in English and which prices they give me in Chinese when we are going to WeChat and so on. So yeah, Alibaba, it's a platform for foreigners. And that's why managers also know that foreigners, they have money and they can charge you more. Yeah, and normally on Alibaba, you will find middlemen, not suppliers, not factories, but middlemen. Because normally factories, they don't really need to go to Alibaba and search for such a difficult work and job to find foreigners and to speak English with them and to, to accept all the requirements of the foreigners, because we have a lot. So it's just easier for them to hire a middleman, for example. And 1688 is a platform in Chinese, and you can change. I think you can change it just with the Google Translator or something like this, because the interface of this platform is pretty difficult and interesting, colorful, and so on. And also on this platform, there are a lot of factories, and you can find a factory and create everything you want in this factory. Yep, and normally on 1688, the interface is not really comfortable to use. So normally we just get the contact of a Chinese factory and go to WeChat, because WeChat it's an alma mater of Chinese suppliers.
Interesting. And if we, instead of maybe looking for suppliers ourselves or something, we come to you and so we say, Jane and guys, Chinese Tiger, can you find suppliers for us? And from there, we'll take it. We'll talk to them, just connect us with a good supplier with a cheap price. And from there, we have our own, like maybe way of communicating with them or this way or another. Can you do only that service? Or, yeah, just curious.
Yes, we have a service of analyzing and getting all the information, like not all the information, but the most important information from Chinese suppliers. We know how to analyze their licenses, how to discuss the price, how to promote you, how to represent you. And we just get all of this information in one Google table and give it to you with all the contacts. But the problem is, when, for example, a client asks us to search for supplier on 1688 because he wants to get the better price, it can be a lot of misunderstandings between a Chinese supplier and the client, because they use translator. It's really like translate Chinese is not an easy job, even for AI. So that's why normally our clients just ask us to proceed with an order in Turkey, because it's easier. They delegate everything to us. They have nothing to worry about, and also they just can't talk to Chinese suppliers.
Yeah, I understand. So you're working based on
normally I know that with Alibaba managers, clients also have a lot of problems and misunderstandings, because Chinese suppliers, Chinese managers, which speak English, they know some English. They know how to say hello, how are you, like the price, calculate or something like this. But if you want to make a lot of changes and you want to make something special, then it will be a little bit impossible. Like it will be possible, but you can have a lot of misunderstandings and problem you need to solve then.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that as a seller. Like mostly we work with Alibaba, and yeah, we have the fair share of problems sometimes, because even though the managers do speak English, sometimes there are misunderstandings. And yeah, so once someone who speaks the language and yeah, they know the tradition and know Chinese on a better level than those who do not know, that's definitely a good thing. Okay, interesting. So that's about suppliers, without 1688. Basically kind of explain what is a sourcing agent, so you can help us basically find factories, but also help us by ordering from them. That's what I wanted to ask beforehand. Do you work on a revenue share model, or do usually clients pay you monthly, or how does it work, for example? Because if we're already touching on that, 1688, Alibaba and sourcing agent sort of. So let's say you found a factory, best factory, great price, client is happy. And they're like, okay, I want the guys from Chinese Tiger to just continue doing that. But what was this the business model that you usually work with, or it's negotiated, like maybe it's different between different customers? I don't know, but what do you usually offer? Curious.
Of course, it's negotiable because we have a lot of clients with different requirements and with different products, and also they order different quantities. But normally we just have our interest from your invoice, for example. And it's normally it's like 10%, but it can be, for example, less if you order the same product for the next time, second, third time. And also it depends on the quantity and on the price of this product, because I have a lot of clients, they have like a huge products, really expensive products. And of course, I can't charge them 10% because it will be a lot of money. So we just negotiate the good interest and the good price for them. Normally just an interest, and also we have additional services which have just a set price.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of value in that, like, because you take all the work, basically you negotiate, you reorder, you do the inspections, you talk, and that's a lot of time for sellers. The percentage you're taking from the invoice or whatever, if the seller is still profitable, which they should be, if usually if they want to, as from what I'm seeing, to build a successful business on Amazon, you gotta have higher margins. Like, of course you can go with small margins as well, probably, but seems like for smaller sellers that don't have much capital, the only way to survive and thrive is to have higher margins, to turn our small capitals into bigger ones, because those who come with a lot of money, maybe they can afford lower margins, and eventually maybe us as well as smaller sellers, but we should still have high ticket kind of margins, so then we can incorporate the work with, let's say, your company into that, and then just save time and but still make fair enough of amount of money. All right. So, and then, okay, my next question is, like, what documents are needed and can be done in China? For example, there's different contracts, invoices, certifications like ISO or other ones.
For Amazon, I don't know. You should check the requirements of Amazon for your exact product. I don't know if Amazon requires you to have the invoice now, because my clients, they just needed, just to pay this pro forma invoice. But from Chinese side, it's better to have the invoice and also the contract with the Chinese supplier. But to be honest, this contract, it means nothing, because if, for example, if you have some problems in China, the supplier, he doesn't want to send you something, for example, or he doesn't want to produce something you paid for, then you can go to the American court or go to the Canadian court, and you can do nothing because you have the contract between you in America and Chinese supplier. So this contract should be just to have all the information there, to have something to have all of this information with your partner. We have a company in China, so we sign all of these contracts with our Chinese company and the Chinese company, and then we can go to court and we can get something. So invoice, contract. And regarding the certificates, you should ask Amazon which certificates you need for your product. For example, if it's a product for children or for animals, you should have a certificate for sure. And we can also make these certificates in China. We have partners who can make it for you. And also, for example, I had it's an example of the prices of the certificates when you proceed with the certificate in China or in America or Canada. My client in Canada, he paid $4,000 or $6,000 for certificates for just wooden platforms for children. And in China, we made the certificates for $2,000 or $3,000. So it was cheaper, a lot cheaper than in Canada. And regarding different documents, you should just, check the requirements for your product.
Yeah.
If you sell to Europe, for example, you for sure should have some CO certificates or something.
Yeah, pretty clear. Thank you for explaining that. Okay, so and the next question about delivery from China to different places. So what types of delivery are there? How to make it profitable, not waste time? Yeah, and should we deliver with Chinese forwarders, sort of? So I guess, So what types of delivery, we can start from that?
There are 3 types. It's shipping by air, by sea, and also by railways, by train. but normally we use just planes and ships. That's all. It's you can use air, for example. You can use plane if you have, for example, a small and light products. It will be profitable for you, and also you can save some time. Or you can send by air if you, for example, you need to have this product now. It's a seasonal product, or you just see that you have 2 pieces in stock, something like this, and you can ship by boats if you have enough time, and you can save a lot of money by shipping by boats. And also it's not a long time, it's like 30-35 days. So in these 30-35 days you can also plan another order from China, so you will not have
out of stock.
how to say it, when you don't have products in stock.
Yeah, out of stock.
You
Out of
will
stock,
not
we
have
call it.
this. Out of stock. Yeah.
All right, but okay, so that kind of answers the what types and how to make them profitable. So again, we can use slower sea shipping to save more, and if we need to fly, it's either with small products, light products that can still be fine with flights, but sometimes it can be more expensive for more heavy products. But should we trust delivery with the Chinese? Sometimes maybe the supplier can offer a freight forwarder, or some freight forwarders that are Chinese. What do you think?
You can check their prices, but normally it's better not to ship with Chinese suppliers, not to entrust them to do it, because they also can have some profit from these deliveries, and they also can give you $2 per kilogram, and they will pay $1.08 per kilogram. So it's better to just hire a logistic company. But before the shipping, you should also check a lot of companies and send them your product, send them your packing list, so you can compare prices. Because using one company, they can give you, for example, $2. Another companies, they can change something in custom clearance and they can give you less or more. Or you can, just discuss the price and negotiate the price. So it's better to check different companies. Like with factories, it's always better to check to save some money. That's why clients also use us, because we have a lot of contacts in China, we have a lot of contacts in America and Canada, and we just do it really fast. They give us better prices because we send goods every day, so we just have more profitable prices.
Right. Pretty cool. Yeah. Again, we're gonna have your company contacts in the description, different ways to contact you on the website, and I guess Instagram and all the social media that you have, and other things. I'm gonna have it there, and a special offer for the viewers of this video. And yeah, so the next question is basically about ordering. So when should we order? How much time kind of should be left for negotiations, for getting samples, and for production, sort of? So what do you think?
I will be honest with you. You should have 3 or more months if you just starting your business on Amazon, because let's just calculate. For example, for searching a good supplier, for discussing, for negotiations, you should spend 1 week, 2 weeks, so to get the better price and to discuss everything and to choose your supplier, your partner. Secondly, you should order a sample. You should have 2 days for paying to Chinese side, because with American Canadian banks, and also it takes more time. Then you should have like 7-15 days for your sample to produce. Then 2-3 days if you send this sample to our inspector, for example, and he checks everything in China. Or 7-15 days to send it to America. Then you need some time to check your product if you are home, for example, because a lot of clients of us, they just travel and they are not in America or Canada. So it's also a good benefit. Then, for example, if you are ready to order, you should wait for 30-40 days for your product to be produced. Then 3 or even 7 days to send this product to the Chinese logistic, and then they should also work with your product. They should add barcodes, and they should, set up the delivery date, and a lot of things. So 7 days for this preparation, and then you will have like 15 days or 30 days to ship your product to Amazon preparation warehouse, for example, or to send to your warehouse. So it's 3 months if everything is okay, if you don't have problems, for example.
Yeah, the good news that is the next time, you can reorder the same product, it's easier. You kind of have all
Yeah, of
these
course.
logistics chain, and you just need to stay in stock, grow your reviews and your positions, which is another topic for another video, I guess. But yeah, then at least the supply chain in a way gets easier. And if we order more products, we can get cheaper prices as well, right? So we can negotiate, and also we can build a relationship with time, so we can get better payment terms with suppliers, with I believe also with the companies like yours. So if I come to you in 5 times, 10 times I order with you, you see that I pay on time, I actually do fair business. So then when I maybe ask you like, hey Jane, can I delay the payment a little bit or something like that? Maybe you'll say, maybe, yeah, why not? Seems like, you know what I mean? So I think long-term business sort of thing. And yeah.
Yes,
so
we had a lot of situations like this with our clients. For example, now we ship products and we paid just half of the price to supplier, and we will pay a half when the product will get to Canada. So it's really important to build these relationships with us and with suppliers, which we built with the suppliers.
Yeah, fair enough. Good stuff. Good stuff. I agree. Which kind of brings me to the next question. I guess a secret you wanted to share about, or the secret about giving or not giving, kind of the Chinese do their own thing. So sometimes the Chinese can like say, hey, I'll do that and I'll take care of that. And you know what I mean? Like, what do you think about it? Is it okay to trust them? Like,
I think that you can you can ask them, what do you think about this design? What can you offer us, for example, which material or something like this? But it's better not to do such a thing, because Chinese supplier will offer you something they already know, something they do every day, something which is cheaper for them, for example, or something they will get a bigger profit, for example. So it's better just to understand and to know your product, and not to entrust Chinese to do something or change the design or change the box or something, because they will do better for them. It can be a good thing for you, but still.
I understand. So kind of you sort of can consult with them, but not necessarily what they will recommend you is going to be the best for you. Or maybe yes, who knows? But sounds like, yeah, we should like at least check it very well, whatever they're offering and all that. And yeah, or maybe double check it again if people are working with a company that helps them. Well, I guess then you will do
Trust
that
me.
in a way. Yeah. But
trust me, I have a really long experience working with Chinese, and we were trying to ask them about something and help us to change the design or engineer something, and it was a horrible idea.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I myself had some funny experiences. For example, I mean, it's not necessarily connected to asking, or maybe so many years, so many things. But I remember one time, not necessarily connected to what we talked, but one time I remember we ordered some it was like 2,200 boxes, and basically there was a golden design to that box. And then the sample was okay, everything was fine, and then the mass production started. And even though I guess I was following up, sometimes like, hey, can you share the product, like the how's it going, that eventually what happened is we got black and white boxes. Okay, so basically the box was, instead of being golden, it was black and white, and I wasn't sure. First I look at that, I'm like, is this my eyes? Like, is this the computer? And I'm like, kind of, and no, it's like black and white. And I tell the Chinese person, like, hey, so basically thank you for creating the products. Like, it seems like it's black and white or something like that. So, and I think at the first they were like, no, it's actually golden. I'm like, yeah, I understand it's golden. It does have some golden to it, but like, it seems like it's black and white. And we agreed on golden. And they replaced them all, so it was okay. But yeah, at first though, they said it was still golden though, like when it, which I can understand. Maybe they tried like, to kind of. Yeah.
Do you remember this joke? It was not a joke, but it was a trick on Instagram when they were asking us if the dress is black or it's golden.
I
Do you
remember
remember
something like
this
that.
one?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
so it's like this.
Yeah.
No, this box is golden. You just see it in black and white.
Yeah, that's what yeah, and I was a bit surprised. Like, is it like maybe it's me, maybe something's wrong with my eyes or something? But yeah, actually it was black and white. But luckily, because we agreed and we had good communication, they were like, yeah, we'll change it. They didn't charge us, but yeah, it was pretty interesting. So okay, so yeah, which kind of brings me to the next question. So it's kind of connected to design. So basically, because we have to send the design of the box of the product so to the Chinese, right? But in which way? Like, what's the best way to send it to them? Is it like what files? Is it PDF? Is it AI files?
Mhm.
Or can they do the designs for us? Maybe, yeah. What do you think?
So what I suggest you to do is to hire a designer, and so he can create this design for you with all the sizes. And it's better to not to send something like an AI format or something like different formats. The designers use different programs and different formats, so it's better to just take a PDF file and send to Chinese side with just sizes in centimeters and weight in kilograms, because we also had a lot of situations with the company we cooperate with. They design different products for our clients, and they for example design something in inches and in gallons and something like this. In Chinese suppliers, they just, can you just give us a meters or something like this? We don't know what is it. So yeah, and also it's better to send just PDF, because of this trusted wall in China. They don't have a lot of programs to open your format.
But can we hire them to do design for us? Like, what do you think? Do you see success with that? Have you seen, like, for example, we have a box and we say, like, hey, can you guys do the design for us? Or we'll get kind of Chinese design, which can be nice, I guess. But what do you think?
Regarding the box, you can. Like box, it's not really something difficult, and they can do it. I have a factory and they help me with all these designs. But when we are talking about, like, I had a situation with lenses, and client wanted to create something really difficult to make pictures with this retro camera and something like this. And we asked Chinese to, to design two lenses together so they get this light and things like this. It was really difficult even for me, and Chinese just made something. It was a different project. I don't know. So we just hired a designer, and it was a lot easier and understandable. So you can try. Like, if it's something easy, of course you can save some money. But if you want to create something new, no, it's better to spend some money, and you will get the normal product and normal design.
I remember sometimes, you have in Amazon, in different niches, you have sellers popping up. A lot of times it's from China. Just I remember this. Basically, I used to sell kitchen scissors. It was the first product that I ever started selling on Amazon. And I remember this one listing had a picture of the scissors or something. And it said, I guess, I don't know how they came up with it, kill fish. I guess they made it cut fish, but it said kill fish. And it's rather funny. Sometimes they make some mistakes in different wordings and stuff like that. So, but it's, I understand, it's not their first language, in this regard. So, but it can be quite funny to see that on the pictures on Amazon. So, yeah, definitely, probably would outsource that to designer.
But I represented in this video, I represented Chinese side as a bad side or something like this. No, they can produce everything, but they have their own mentality, and they have different ways of for doing things, and it's not like we used to do. So
Yeah.
that's why. Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
they are good. They are nice, perfect. Love them.
I mean, yeah, myself also, I've been working with China for 7 years, mostly for producing goods, and it's been okay, yeah. So, but sometimes situations happen. I guess there on the East, they can also, maybe they have their own kind of videos where they like say like their experience with working with the customers, from different countries that come with weird ideas for products or
Yes,
whatever. So,
yes, I know. They will be saying, like, on these videos, they will say that we want a lot and we don't want to pay.
yeah, fair
That's
enough.
what happens. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's why it's good to acquire, I guess, knowledge of different cultures and to kind of try to understand them, work with them. And there's some good books like the Culture Map or the Culture Code. That's Therapy, and the Culture Map is Erin Mayer. Anyway, but these books kind of explain this thing of different cultures and how to understand them, how they react to different things, how a boss is perceived in the East and in the West, or in specific countries. But anyway, I wanted to ask you the next question, Jane, if that's cool, about a patent in China. Is it necessary? Should we have some protection of our products in China itself? Maybe patent and also like some trademarks or stuff like that. What do you think?
Yes, I think if you created something new, you have your own design, your own product with your own logo, it's really necessary to make a patent, to patent your product in China, because you know that it's like the first factory and they would like to sell your product to different sellers. And yeah, it's better to have a document which says that it's your product and they are prohibited to sell it to another customers and they prohibited to sell it on Chinese platforms. It just your product and just you can make profit from this product. So yeah, it's important.
Okay. Can you help with that? Do you register patents there or trademarks in China or stuff like that?
Yes, we had some situations before and it was successful. Our Chinese worker helps with all the process. He gets all the, like we ask client about all the documents needed and he just proceed with this certificate, with this patent in China. Yeah, it's also a little bit expensive, but I think it's worth it because then just you can sell this product and just you can have a profit.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Some protection is, it's quite important. Yeah. And it's good to because get it on paper, even if you're not maybe even doing a patent, you can still, like, as you mentioned, I guess, like have some sort of agreement.
Yes,
that's better
for
than
sure.
nothing, right? All right. So yeah, kind of and it's interesting since you've mentioned this patent thing that you helped a person get. Can you share some case studies, case examples of your clients, like for those who are listening, maybe they're interested, and can you tell us like maybe what kind of cool things you were able to achieve for your clients or what projects or something like that? Would be interesting to hear.
Yeah, like every day we have a lot of clients and a lot of different projects. It can be just ordering things to Ukraine in bulk, or it can be something really interesting. For example, I have a project. We are working together for almost 1 year, and it's a supplier. It's a brand of retro cameras and they make these cameras from scratch. So we order everything from China. We order the wooden things, like it's just wooden details. Also, we order plastic things and metal things, like everything in China, and then they produce this retro camera in Slovakia. But we made a lot of molds with them in China for their retro cameras because it's something new, something they create by themselves. So yeah, this project, it's my favorite one, and I can tell you it's a jolly look if you want to order something like this. It's a retro cameras which make pictures like Instax, but it's a lot more interesting and it's a good idea for a gift, for example. Interesting projects, also like a really profitable project for a client. It's a brand of different cosmetic in America, and also we sent to Canada now, and we just produce a lot of creams and a lot of cosmetic in China, and it's really cheap, and we also create a new ingredient lists and things like this. So we cooperate with one factory, and also I visited this factory in China when I was in China, and they have a really good production line and they are really good partners for us. Also, this project I already mentioned, the wooden platforms, wooden toys for children. The factory was in Ukraine before the war, and then after the war started, client just he didn't know what to do because he almost lost his business. So we just not transformed, but we transported this business to China, and now we produce all the things in China and sell them. Send them to America and Canada. In a lot of cases, really, I had a lot of cases and a lot of interesting projects because we also cooperate with the engineering company, and they make all of this, they create all of these designs and projects, and we make it happen in China. So yeah, it's not just with us, people not just order products and sell them. they create something new, they add their own logos, their own ideas. So it's very interesting. I like what I do.
I'm happy to hear that, which kind of leads me to the next question. So it's interesting to hear that you've done different fields, different projects. I'm really glad for you that you're building your business and you're helping people. So that's pretty cool. But is there, maybe you had like cases when, is there something Chinese cannot do? Like, were there like situations where you tried to do something and the Chinese were like, no, there's no way. Or how did you overcome that if that happened, So.
I wanted to say that they can do everything because they can do everything, but it depends on the price you are ready to pay and on the quantities, for example, because sometimes it happens that a client wants something interesting and add a logo and change the case, for example, change this the case of this product, and he wants just 300 pieces. Of course, it's impossible because to make this product, you should order the MQ order is 1,000 or 3,000. So in this way, it's impossible. Also, if, for example, I had a situation, the client, she sent me an iPhone case, and it was really something new. I never seen something like this before. And I searched a lot of factories, and I asked all of them, and they were like, no, we don't know how to do it, we don't know what is it. And I asked her, where did you find this product? Like, and she was like, it's a small company, small brand in America, they make it at home and something like this. And I was like, of course, it's like something handmade, and Chinese, they can do something like this. So normally they can do everything if you are ready to order big quantities and pay money.
Fair enough. So again, I'm going to have the contacts of your company in the description, Chinese Tiger, for people to see what you guys do. Again, you can find a supplier for us. You can negotiate with them. You can keep this partnership going on, so you can order, reorder, and basically have that. We can deliver quality by doing inspections of factories, of goods. And then you can also ship the products. You can also help us get samples within China. You can check the samples for us. You can send samples to the countries. So basically, as I mentioned in the beginning, like sort of A to Z company for China, for working with China. So that's pretty cool. And again, the link is going to be in the description. And yeah, just want to acknowledge you for coming to share your time with us and your knowledge. And I think it's pretty cool. I think we didn't mention that in this video, but we did record another one in the Russian language. And yeah, I think I mentioned there that you're like super young. You're like in your early 20s, 22, right? If I'm not mistaken. And
22, right.
in your building company, you're helping like different businesses or different projects. You build up a team. So I think it's pretty cool. So keep going and yeah, keep blossoming. That's pretty cool. And is there any last message you want to share with the audience before we wrap up this video, Jane?
I don't know. I'm just happy to do my work. I'm happy to help businesses. I'm happy that people can delegate to us and they can just discover the world or just build their business, do more because we do the job with China and they have time to promote their business. So I'm just happy. And I'm also happy to help you. So if you have some questions, you can ask also in the comments below. Yeah, just happy to share all the information and knowledges. If you need me, you can reach me out.
Awesome. Again, we're going to have all the contacts in the description, special offer for the viewers as well. Yeah. Thank you, Jane, and you have a great day. And all the listeners, viewers, you have a good day too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.